Okay, picture this. You're just cruising down the road, totally minding your own business, and boom, flashing blue and red lights pop up in your rearview mirror. Right away, you get that sweaty palms feeling, right? Even if you're the safest driver in the world, panic sets in. But what if those palms are sweating because you might actually, unknowingly, be driving on a suspended license? Well, welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going to make sure that absolutely never happens to you.
Have you ever wondered just how easy it is to check your driver's license status online in Washington? Seriously, if you haven't checked it lately, you could be driving suspended right now without even realizing it. So, whether you're gearing up for a renewal or you just need to make sure everything is good to go for a new job application, stick around. You're about to become a total expert on navigating these state systems and protecting your driving privileges in just a few short minutes.
All right, here is our quick agenda to demystify the Washington State Department of Licensing systems today. First, why your status matters, then 2 ways to check online, followed by a step-by-step verification guide. After that, we'll cover decoding your results, handling suspensions and reinstatements, and finally wrap up with some crucial resources and final tips. So, kicking things off with Section 1, why your status matters, and the hidden costs of suspended license.
Look, the reality of driving suspended escalates incredibly fast here in Washington. We're talking serious, life-altering consequences. For a first or second-degree suspension, which is actually a gross misdemeanor, you could face up to 364 days in jail. Plus, fines can hit up to $5,000. And if you're a habitual offender, there's a mandatory minimum of 10 days in jail, and that can snowball all the way up to 180 days for repeat offenses. On top of all that, your car gets immediately towed and impounded. And obviously, you are putting your employment at massive risk if you're missing work to sit in a jail cell.
And here is where it turns into a giant snowball effect. Standard suspensions in Washington are usually for 364 days or less. But if you get caught driving while suspended, you're basically waving a flag and telling the state, hey, please upgrade my problems. They can tack on an entire extra year to your suspension. Literally a whole extra year without wheels.
Okay, let's avoid all of that. Moving right along to Section 2, 2 ways to check online, and navigating the WADOL systems.
The Washington Department of Licensing basically splits online status verification into 2 main lanes. On one side, you've got the free no-logon status check tool. It's public, it's instant, and absolutely no account is needed. On the other side is the secure License Express dashboard. Now that one is a full authenticated account giving you deep access to your driver profile, vehicle titles, the whole shebang. But for today's super quick check, we're zeroing in on that first no logon option.
Which brings us nicely to Section 3, our step-by-step verification guide using that no logon tool.
It is incredibly straightforward. Here's your exact click path. Step 1, go straight to the official WDOL website. Step 2, navigate over to the check status page for driver licenses. Step 3, punch in your WDL number. And Step 4, enter your exact date of birth. That is literally it. It's instantaneous, it won't cost you a single dime, and man, it definitely beats the total misery of a 3-hour line at the local licensing office, right? Now, you might be wondering about Step 3, so let's clarify that WDL number real quick. This is just your 12-digit alphanumeric Washington driver license number, and it always starts with the letters WDL. You don't even have to hunt for it. It's right there on the front of your physical license, your instruction permit, or your ID card. All right, Section 4, decoding your results. You've hit submit, so what does the system actually tell you? Well, you'll probably notice right away that the data is pretty limited. The output from this no logon tool is strictly binary. You get a current or a not current, which, by the way, could mean it's expired, suspended, revoked, you name it. There is absolutely zero personal information displayed on the screen. No driving history, no physical address, not even the specific reason for the suspension. And that's actually on purpose. It's a structural choice by the state to protect your PII, your personally identifiable information, from random, unauthorized searches. But, okay, what if it does say not current? Or what if you're applying for a driving job and the employer needs your full history? If you need those deep details, you have to either log into your secure License Express account, or you have to formally request a certified abstract driving record, often just called an ADR. Let's quickly talk money, so there are zero surprises. That basic online status check, totally free and instant. But if you need that comprehensive abstract driving record, that's going to run you $15, though you can download it instantly via License Express. Or, hey, maybe your check reveals everything is fine, but you just lost your physical card. Ordering a replacement online will cost you $20. All right, Section 5, handling suspensions and reinstatements, because sometimes life happens and we need to figure out how to get you back on the road safely.
So, what actually causes a suspension in Washington? There are a few main culprits. First up, UTCs, or unresolved traffic citations. Basically, you ignored a ticket or you totally missed a court date. Second is ticket accumulation. If you rack up 3 moving violations in 12 months or 4 in the 24-month period, bam, you're looking at a 60-day suspension. Finally, there are DUI administrative suspensions. This kicks in if you refuse a chemical test or blow over the legal limit of 0.08 for alcohol or have 5.0 nanograms of THC in your blood. And getting that license reinstated, it brings a pretty harsh financial reality. The state's administrative reissue fees vary based on exactly what you did. A non-alcohol or drug suspension is $75 to reissue. But if it's alcohol or drug-related, that jumps up to a $170 reissue fee. And if you're thinking about requesting a formal DUI administrative hearing to contest it, brace yourself. That's a hefty $375 application fee right out of the gate.
While we're on the topic of reinstatements, you are definitely going to hear some jargon thrown around. The biggest one, the SR-22. A lot of people think this is a special insurance policy, but actually, scratch that, it's not. It is just a certificate of financial responsibility. Your auto insurer basically files this directly with the state to definitively prove that you carry the legally required coverage to be driving again. Another vital acronym to know is the ORL, or Occupational/Restricted License. Look, if your standard license gets suspended, but you absolutely have to drive to keep your job and maintain your livelihood, the ORL is a total game changer. It's a special restricted license that lets you drive to work, school, or essential appointments while you are serving out your suspension period. Okay, let's wrap this explainer up with Section 6, resources and final tips, so you know exactly what your next steps are to stay compliant. I've got some hugely valuable takeaways for you here. First, by law, you have to update your address with the DOL within 10 days of moving. If they mail you a suspension notice and you don't get it because you moved across town, too bad. You are still legally on the hook. Second tip, if you're paying fees online, avoid the state vendor's 3% credit card processing fee by just using an electronic check with your routing number. Keep that money in your pocket. Third, if your suspension is for unpaid tickets, don't just call the DOL. You have to contact the specific court that issued the ticket first, clear it with them, and then the DOL can actually help you. And lastly, if you ever receive a suspension notice in the mail, the clock is ticking. You only have 15 days to formally appeal it. Just a quick disclaimer before we go, all this information is current as of August 22nd, 2026. Obviously, state statutes and fees can shift around, so always verify the exact details, the current fees, and your legal standing directly with the Washington State Department of Licensing at dol.wa.gov. So I want to leave you with this final thought. When was the very last time you checked your driver's license status? Don't wait for those flashing lights in your rearview mirror to find out. Seriously, take 3 minutes today, use the free tool, and just give yourself that peace of mind. Let us know how it goes. Drop a comment below with your experience or any questions you might have. And hey, if you found this explainer helpful, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and maybe share it with a friend who's notoriously forgetful about this stuff. Stay safe out there on the roads and keep learning.